In 2013, there were only 7 cryptocurrencies. Today, there are over 18,000 active cryptocurrencies. Collectively, cryptocurrencies hold close to $2 trillion in value. That's what's come out from mining. So, what is it? The concept of mining with high-end computer hardware is starting to trickle into mainstream consciousness though. If anything, the evidence is in the scarcity of NVIDIA and AMD graphic cards and the inflated pricing that has washed through retailers worldwide. The pricing has caught the attention of PC gamers, leaving them puzzled and asking why it's happening. With that in mind, it seemed like the perfect time to start explaining this craze to gamers and hardware junkies considering riding the wave. It's admittedly going to be a challenge, as John Oliver recently exclaimed during HBO's Last Week Tonight, cryptocurrency is everything you don't understand about money combined with everything you don't understand about computers. You can mine cryptocurrency with your PC, but you can also build specialized mining rigs. Let's dig in. Bitcoin is making headlines in mainstream media on a daily basis, and deservedly so. It's the granddaddy of all cryptocurrency and, with few exceptions, tends to dictate the profitability of all other altcoins beneath it. On a value per coin level, it's worth far more than any digital currency in existence, and there are more than 1,000 of them. Stuff like Litecoin, Dogecoin, Electroneum, Ravencoin, Ethereum, and Graft. We won't delve too deeply into the history of Bitcoin or its hordes of both unique and flash-in-the-pan spin-offs, but we do want to point out that you can't actually mine Bitcoin with regular computers anymore. It requires specialized and expensive hardwares called ASICs. However, you can mine other coins and convert them to Bitcoin through a variety of exchanges and services. Stick till the end for 5 coins that experts recommend for mining in 2022. You can also earn Bitcoin by lending your computer's processing power to services like NiceHash, which pay out in Bitcoin. But that's another rabbit hole for another time. What is mining though? It's somewhat misunderstood as the process of finding coins, but it's more complex than that. Understanding the blockchain. Blockchain technology is the foundation Bitcoin and other crypto coins are built on. Each of the hundreds of crypto coins in existence rely on the core concept of the blockchain. Cryptocurrency was designed to be decentralized, secure, and unalterable, so every single transaction is encrypted. Once that encrypted transaction happens, it's added to something called a block until a fixed number of transactions have been recorded. That block then gets added to a chain, the blockchain, which is publicly available. These transactions leave no trace of who is behind them. However, because privacy is also a pillar of cryptocurrency, the location of the transaction isn't centralized either, so that it can't be manipulated or controlled by one person or entity. Since these blocks are heavily encrypted, they're sort of like complicated math puzzles that only powerful compute-capable hardware can solve. Enter your CPU or your graphics card. The process of solving the math puzzles on these blocks and adding them to the public blockchain, think of it as a ledger, is roughly what mining is. Miners verify the transactions, ensure they aren't false, and keep the infrastructure humming along. The reward for doing so, a miner's fee if you will, is payment in that block's coin. The payment is based on how much their hardware contributed to solving that puzzle. Where do the coins come from? By design, that's exactly how the coins are created. The block is solved, and coins are distributed fairly to miners. This increases the coin's supply. The best analogy, Google Docs. In 2016, William Mogyar wrote a brilliant piece explaining blockchain technology by leveraging something we all know about, word processing programs. He reminds us that when Microsoft Word was the only game in town, one person had to create a file, open it, then send it to another person to have it edited or updated. The similarity to banks is striking and makes it clear why blockchain technology was created in the first place. That's how databases work today. 2 owners can't update the same record at once. That's how banks maintain money balances and transfers. They briefly lock access or decrease the balance while they make a transfer, then update the other side. aside, then reopen access or update again. With Google Docs or Google Sheets, both parties have access to the same document at the same time, and the single version of that document is always visible to both of them. It is like a shared ledger, but it is a shared document. The distributed part comes into play when sharing involves a number of people. The cool thing is that blockchain technology can be used for much more than financial transactions. It was designed to not have a single point of failure and to be fully transparent. That's why you see it rapidly emerging in the gaming space too. It can be utilized for secure cloud storage distributed across thousands of computers. Physical objects could conceivably be given unique digital ownership or identities. Anything of value can be integrated with blockchain technology. The possibilities at this point are endless and reliant on the imagination of developers. The basics of cryptocurrency mining. Ethereum is one of the other big players in the cryptocurrency space next to Bitcoin. The elements that go into mining on your computer involve specialized or consumer hardware and a combination of your graphics cards and CPU. The most efficient mining apps still seem to be command line based, but there are some elegant ones with traditional graphics interfaces. In your journey, you may stumble across names like CC Miner, Claymore, or XMR Stack. You'll download the software you need to mine a specific coin and edit an executable text file with details like the mining pool's URL to connect to, your wallet address, and the name of your worker or PC. More advanced options allow you to adjust how hard your GPU or CPU works. The vast majority of this software works across Windows and Linux, although it's more difficult to configure on non-Windows systems. What makes it more challenging is that these variables are formatted differently depending on the pools and the software. Once the blocks we mentioned above are solved and coins are generated, the pool automatically pays the miners directly to their wallet or to an online cryptocurrency exchange that holds many different types of coins. We understand that this is simplifying things to the extreme, but that's why a guide is needed. It's a complex landscape to understand, but the core is simple. Miners are people independently verifying transactions on the coin's network. And when that happens, more coins are created. Miners effectively keep the network running and increase the coin's global supply. Some mine to engage in a unique kind of hobby or for sheer profit. Others do it because they believe in the principles behind a certain coin and in what the developers intend to do with it. There you have it, a complete guide for you to go ahead and get busy with mining. Have you ever had a good crypto experience? What are a few tips you'd like to leave for those learning what you already have been through? We will be glad to hear that in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the content, hit like to uplift the channel, subscribe, and ring the YouTube bell so that we can meet again in our next video. Until next time.